If you're the sixth person hanging out with five broke friends, you're going to be the sixth broke friend. Hi, my name is Dr. Martin Williams, and my mission in life is to help leaders like you discover, develop, and employ your gifts to transform families, businesses, and nations. I've seen so many communities be changed when people are empowered to live out their life. And that's why this lesson is so critical. You know, culture eats everything. Culture even eats strategy for breakfast. And you are the culture setter for the Commonwealth. Just think about it. Systems can be copied, strategies can be stolen, but cultures are unique. It's what people feel, experience, and live out when they're part of something. And if the Commonwealth is going to do great things and prosper, it's because you become a culture builder on purpose. So the third thing it's very important for us to talk about is culture, and then how culture shapes prosperity. Culture shapes prosperity. Have you ever noticed that poor people hang out with a lot of other poor people? Have you ever noticed that wealthy people hang out with other wealthy people on purpose? They're snooty. They don't want to be with me. No, it's not about who they don't want to be with. It's about who they want to be with. It's about preference. It's not about exclusion. It's about inclusion. Culture shapes prosperity. If you're the sixth person hanging out with five broke friends, you're going to be the sixth broke friend. If you're the sixth person hanging out with five happy people, you're going to be the sixth happy person. Culture eats everything. Where you are makes you who you are. Where you're hanging out determines who you're going to be hanging out with and who other people are going to be hanging out when they're hanging out with you. Culture eats it. Values drive wealth. It's the principles that people get when they're with wealthy people that drives these relationships. Prosperity is not random. So good. Prosperity doesn't just happen. Prosperity is not luck. Prosperity happens in cultures. Who are you hanging out with? What books are you reading? What TikTok, social media, YouTube? Who are you hanging out with on social media? Whoever you're hanging out, check your algorithm. Whoever you're hanging out, you're going to become them. You're going to become like them. You're going to start living your life like them. Why? Because that's the water you're swimming in. That's where you're hanging out. Have I said it enough to get your attention? It comes from cultural values that are being lived out. You start hanging out with friends, and every time they hang out, they want to go to a bar, they want to go to a restaurant, they want to go to some place. And they're saying when they're there, I shouldn't be spending this money. This is my rent money. I shouldn't be spending this money. This is my investment money. I shouldn't be spending this money like this. I promised my husband, my wife, my son, my daughter, my business that this was going to be investment money. Okay? If they're doing that, what do you think you're going to be doing? It's just become a safe place for you to be irrational and not thinking in wealth values. Instead, if you call your five friends and say, hey guys, I want to go out tonight and just hang out and, let's go have a good time. And your friends say, no, remember, tonight is the night we take everything that we would do and we're going to invest it in our business. Tonight is the night we read. Tonight is the night we get together. We're not going out. We're going to a book club together. Remember, that's on our schedule. Well, I just think we should go out to a bar, restaurant, hang out. No, we're not doing that. You can go, but we're hanging out at the library to read and have a discussion about the book 10X is easier than 2X. See what I'm saying? Those are values that change you, and it changes your trajectory. Those values of the people you hang out with, that is a culture that's being shaped for prosperity. You need to be in a culture that's shaped for prosperity, and you need to be intentional. And once you try to join this culture, they want to make sure you're of the same cloth. They want to make sure you're of the same culture, because it might be hard to turn you into the culture that they've built. I love the way for a long time I drove Japanese cars, Asian cars. And people were like, why aren't you buying a such type of car? And I said, well, I'm cheap. I don't like a bunch of maintenance, and I want it to run for a long time, right? Here's why. Japanese precision, their culture, when they started to build Toyotas, it became a global climate. It became a global giant. Why? If there was a car, every time a car came off the conveyor belt, it had a team's name on it. Martin, Joe, Barbie, Ann, Jim, that 15 people, their name was on that car. That team was a culture of excellence. That team was a culture of precision. That team was a culture of we do it right the first time. That culture was we are not going to let this car leave the conveyor belt without it being excellence. It was a culture. And anybody else that joined that culture, within the hour, they changed. Because this is what we're doing. Again, German engineering is a culture. It's a culture that was created by brands like Mercedes, BMW, like Land Rover. These are cultures that build cars. You need to be in a culture that builds excellence, that creates prosperity. No, we had a goal in our group that we were going to save 10% of our salary every week, every month, and every year for investing. It's something that all of us do. It's not something that you do and we do. No, we have all agreed. If you don't agree with it, you're in the wrong group. You can hang out with us. Yes, that's strict. Yes, that careful. Yes, that's specific. Yes, that's guarded. You, sir and ma'am, you need to be the one that sits in the center of the financial culture in your world. You need to be the one that's saying to everybody, let's become wealthy so we can do good. You need to be the one in the center saying, I'm saving money because I'm looking forward to taking care of my mom and dad. You need to be the one in the center that says, I want to be very wealthy so that I can help the world. I want to leave something behind. Become the culture builder that you are, right? Because culture is like an operating system. Culture is like an operating system that's running on automatic. If the operating system is corrupt, the programs don't work. No matter how good the apps are. If the culture is like an operating system, and the operating system it's corrupt, the whole operating system is corrupt, then the programs don't work. It doesn't matter how good the apps are. It doesn't matter how good the idea is. The culture eats everything. So we have to operate in a culture of prosperity, a culture of winning, a culture of making money, saving money, producing money, opportunities for others, leaving something behind. That's the culture we have to be in. If you're not in one, get in one today. If you're not in one, get in one today, right now. Find one. Even at the lowest rung, you need to be with people who are thinking like this, right? The Cathy family, when they started the Chick-fil-A, and you should read the books that have Cathy family in it, Chick-fil-A's story. Chick-fil-A's culture of service drives profits higher per store than almost any other competitor. This is their business prosperity model. Their level of what they offer in every store brings their profits higher than mostly every competitor. Prosperity then follows the values of Chick-fil-A. Prosperity follows values. Get in a group or lead a group, holding yourself accountable, that builds for a culture of prosperity. That you should make that your next thing to do it. You don't have to know how yet, just make it a focus. Here's a question I have for you. What value best describes your culture right now? What's the one value that describes your culture, your prosperity culture right now? What value? What one? Drop it in the comments. It could be just one word for value. Drop it in the comments. This one value drives and it describes the culture that I'm in right now. A wealth culture, a prosperity culture, or the lack of. What's that one value? Put it in the comments. We all want to know. It'll help us all. If this resonated with you, like, share, follow, do all those things that you need to do. And we can spread the culture of prosperity all over the world. Comment so that we all know what you're thinking and we can all be a part of your world. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe. Watch the next video.